Hello everyone, this is Matt. I'm just making this short video ahead of some CPD we're going to do on using interactive whiteboards, but specifically on using the Smartboard software. It's called notebook software, and it's a bit like a PowerPoint, except there's a lot more things you can do on it. It's a lot more interactive. So in this little short video, I'm just going to show you some ideas, because I think the best way to do the workshop is if people just turn up with an idea of what they would like to achieve, and then we can have a workshop working on how we could do that, getting feedback from myself or other people, and how it could be made even better, or how simply just to do certain things on the program. Just to show you where it is in your all programs, you should have it on all college computers, I believe. But if you go into the all programs, you can see down here, there is, down the bottom, it will say Smart Technologies, and you can see it's this one here. Smart Notebook. I'm not going to open it up now just because I've opened up a few that I've already made. So just to give you some simple ideas, and this is by no means an exhaustive list. I found that most things I want to do, or I can imagine up, I can do in some way on the Smartboard things. But just to get your minds ticking, and hopefully to give thought of how you could use this for specific math subjects. So a few I've got open here. I'll start off with this one here. This was an idea of using factors, and so we had those £12 coins I've got here, and putting them into groups of certain amounts. So, for example, they could group them into two groups of 6. Now I'm going to make this full screen. That's how I tend to like to do it, and it's very good because in this one, quick to the pen, a student can come up, and if they wanted to do it to two groups of 6. Then, using their finger or under the tool, they could draw around these, very visual, and then I've created these boxes here so they can write them in. Okay, and then we can obviously say that 2 and 6 therefore must be factors of 12. Again, bring this up, and the second student might come up and they might say, well, actually I could do 4 groups of 3. Okay, different colour here. And again, excuse this, I'm doing this quickly on the mouse. So we have 4 groups of 3 there, and so on and so on. Obviously, you can write on anything that you need. We have lots of different coloured pens here, and then you can customise these even more. I mean, you can get something which is, if you're doing paths or anything like this, and as I say, you can kind of be as creative as you want. So that is simple drawing, getting students up drawing rings around things. The other great tool is not just using a pen, but using the highlighters. This is obviously means where they can mark things on the board, but it's not a solid line. A simple example I'm going to do here. Here I've got a multiplication table. A simple idea is I might say, can I get someone up here and to highlight how many times you can see, say, 24. Okay. And if I choose the highlighter pen here, you can see I've got various different colours. I might say 24 here, 24 here. I should have another one here. Again, you might even use, another highlighter in order to demonstrate, the factors of these numbers. Okay, and showing them which scales they're in. As I say, it's also very good if you're looking at any sort of past paper question. If you take a snapshot of a past paper on here, you can get a student to come up and ask them to highlight the keywords, or highlight one colour for each stage of this question you're going to have to answer. Get them to think about the process before they just run headlong into it. So a really good tool. We also have the ability to drag and drop. So we've got one on here. This was just an introduction to using metric measures, and I would get students up. So for this one I need to click the select tool, there we go. Then students come up and I would just ask them one by one, could you come up and choose one and match it to the picture. So hopefully they would be doing it this way and this way. Now, I'm moving the words here, or the numbers. However, there's no reason why you couldn't move pictures around to words and do it the other way around. And if you'd like to do that, that's definitely something we can cover. Okay, doing this, and etc., etc. I believe in this lesson actually there isn't. Another drag and drop here when we're doing, comparative sizes. Oh, sorry, I'm putting that in the wrong way. And also this one here. I mean, this was getting them to think about how they might measure something in different ways. So I got them to measure their hand spans. And here we got a very visual way that they can do it in centimeters and millimeters. I've scaled this one as well, so it shows the equivalents in inches. Although these they can move around. I mean, you can, if you wanted to measure, the length of a finger, for example, etc., etc. Again, you can do that. You can invite students up to do that. So the drag and drop is very good. Also very good for sorting things into other groups. You can create boxes where they sort them into, or the overlapping circles. You can get them to drag or even write things in there. Okay. And the other one is getting a bit creative with some of these pictures. This was a ratio lesson. And basically it was the idea that no matter what size of my glass for this delicious looking drink is, the relationship between them is the same. There's always going to be twice as much cranberry and orange, whether I've got a cup or whether I'm making a huge jug of it. It was quite a simple little tool, that one. Then the last one I'm going to show you is, if you're familiar with using Flash videos on the internet, there is a way. It's a bit fiddly, but there is a way that you can download them and put them into your PowerPoint. And we had one here. This was I've been a mucky pup and I haven't cleaned. Sorry, let me just get rid of these things. These are things I did in the lesson. I've accidentally saved them on top. This is just a game to start off looking at negative numbers, where two students each gets a dice. One person's dice is moving in a positive direction, the other one is moving in a negative direction. And just to demonstrate it, so I'm going to say two dice here. Then I roll. This is the positive number here. So I roll. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then a negative number, and then go back 1, 2, 3, 4. And this just corresponds to something printed out that they've got. So we've got lots of pictures on here. We've got something interactive and something that they can come up to the board in again, or that you can do yourself. And just while I'm thinking about it, this is one where we're looking at temperatures in different cities. I think it's actually no, sorry, it is on this slide here. Yeah, just an example that you can move pictures around. Okay, very good for this one. Just seeing the differences between New York. So I think London was 5 actually. That sounds about right. Looking at difference of things, especially between a negative one and a positive one. But so we can move these around depending on what time of year it is. So, I hope this has given you some ideas. As I say, it is what I would like you to do is anything that you've seen that I've done on this video, how can you adapt it to another subject? Okay, have you got any ideas of something that you would like to do but haven't been sure how to do it before? Because the more ideas you come in with, I think the better the workshop will serve, because you don't just want to listen to me telling you how to do lots and lots of different things. Rather than actually getting your hands dirty and getting on. And also the idea is that when we've created them at the end, either on a memory stick or in some other way, that I will save them all, and then we can keep building these up and adding them to the ones that have already been put onto Moodle in the cross-college math section. So as I said, email me before the Wednesday if there's any questions, but please come in with any ideas. I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks.